Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome back to your daily crypto and markets briefing. So if you missed the action over the weekend, Bitcoin just reclaimed that psychological $110,000 mark and is currently trading around 108,000, which is a pretty solid start to the week. Speaking of Bitcoin, we've got some interesting institutional moves happening today with the Federal Reserve actually hosting a crypto payments innovation conference, which feels like a big shift in tone from the traditional finance world. And while we're on the subject of institutional interest, Michael Saylor dropped another hint that he might be adding more Bitcoin to MicroStrategy's already massive stack, because apparently you can never have enough. Over in the world of tech billionaires, Jack Dorsey came out swinging with two statements that got people talking. First, he said Bitcoin is money, and second, he clarified that Bitcoin is not crypto, which is his way of drawing that line in the sand between Bitcoin maximalism and everything else. On the regulatory front, Japan's financial services agency is considering revising rules to allow banks to actually hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which could be a game changer for adoption in one of the world's largest economies. Shifting gears to global trade and geopolitics, things are getting spicy as China removed its top trade negotiator Li Chenggang from his World Trade Organization role, while President Trump announced he's keeping massive tariffs on India until they stop buying Russian oil. Though he did mention that Chinese President Xi Jinping seems open to a trade deal, so there's at least some room for optimism there. In traditional markets, gold is having a moment, now accounting for over 20% of global central bank reserves, the highest share in nearly 3 decades, which tells you a lot about how nervous central banks are feeling right now. Meanwhile, betting markets are pricing in a US government shutdown lasting 43 days, which would make it the longest in history. And US commercial real estate prices are still hurting, down 18% from their 2022 peak. But it's not all doom and gloom. The bond market is pricing in a 100% probability of Fed rate cuts at the last 2 FOMC meetings this year, potentially bringing the Fed funds rate down to 3.50 to 3.75%. And S&P 500 operating earnings are expected to hit another record high, up 10% over the last year. On the tech front, Nvidia and TSMC just hit a huge milestone celebrating the first US-made Blackwell wafer in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a big deal for domestic chip manufacturing. In altcoin news, bullish price hit a new all-time high of $0.01066 and surpassed $10 million in market cap, while Binance Wallet cracked down hard, banning over 600 accounts for abusing Binance Alpha with fraudulent automated tools and bot farms. And finally, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong reminded everyone that you don't need to buy a full Bitcoin or Ethereum to get started in crypto. You can literally begin with just a few dollars, which is a good reminder for anyone sitting on the sidelines thinking they've already missed the boat. That's your wrap for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another round of What's Moving Markets.